What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. In the last episode, Ghirahim successfully revived the Demon King Demise. Now the fate of the world rests on our shoulders, so without further ado, to save Zelda and the world, let's clash swords with the Demon Lord himself. Master Link, I have important information for you. Once you enter this portal, my analysis indicates a 0% chance that you will be able to return, unless you are able to vanquish your foe. Are you ready to proceed? I'm ready. Understood, Master Link. Know that even in the place that lies beyond this portal, I will be with you. And Master, good luck. We're gonna need it, Fi. We're gonna need it. Ah, so you've decided to meet your end in battle after all. It pleases me greatly to see such misplaced valor, human. Take a moment to appreciate your surroundings, for where we stand shall serve as your tomb for eternity. The hate for the gods that has boiled in my veins. You will taste all of it in the bite of my blade. The only question left is how long you will manage to remain standing before I take your life. Try to keep it interesting for me, would you? And when you do fall, know that your world and everything in it is mine to dominate, mine to subjugate, mine to rule. When I finish with you, you can take solace in knowing your friends and kin will soon follow, as I wipe all who oppose me from the face of this world. It won't be long now. At last, the almighty power I've sought for millennia. I will take the Triforce for my own. And the world shall be under my foot for eternity. Alright, so here we go. It's the final showdown with the true Demon Lord himself, Demise. That's right, guys. This is the final battle. Now, I've heard and I've seen a lot of people struggle with this fight, and rightfully so. It is a pretty difficult fight if you don't exactly know what to do, but there are things that you can do that make this fight a lot easier. Like, for instance, your shield is your best friend. As long as you shield bash every single attack that Demise puts out, you'll pretty much get through this first phase no problem by taking no damage. And if you can knock him down to his knees like that, you can get a lot of free hits. But be careful, because he does get up fairly quickly, and when he does, yeah, he does have the opportunity to knock you back. So try and either block that attack or jump out of the way as he's getting up. That way you can avoid it taking damage. But otherwise, yeah, it's a pretty slow grind. You do not want to be on the offense. The best offense in this section of the fight is a solid defense. So just wait it out, wait for him to attack you, and then counterattack him when the time comes. We're actually doing fairly good so far. Like, only 1 heart of damage is not bad at all. Hey, there we go. We're done with phase 1. Now, here's the hard part. Phase 2. Now, if I'm being honest with you guys, phase 2 is the part that I struggle with the most. Your shield becomes a little less useful, but it's still vitally important because, yeah, Demise can do that charge-up attack. So your shield is the only way to block that. He also has that Skyward Strike ability, and your shield will do nothing against that. The only way to negate damage from the Skyward Strike ability is with a Skyward Strike of your own. Now, you're probably wondering, how come, you know, when I hold my sword up, I wasn't charging a Skyward Strike? That's because in this battle, we need to wait for lightning to strike our sword. That is the only way we can charge up a Skyward Strike. So it is kind of random. So until we get that perfect lightning strike, we're just going to sort of bide our time. And there we go. We did it. All right, cool. That's one hit. That's not going to change the tempo of battle just yet, But we're on the right track, and game, I could really use another Skyward Strike right now. Like, that would be fantastic. He can pretty much get his Skyward Strikes whenever he wants to by raising his sword up, so yeah, it's kind of up to the lightning to give us our Skyward Strikes. Thank goodness I was able to dodge that other attack, and oh man, I could really use another lightning bolt right now. Aw, come on, game, be good to me. I know I just missed those. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sadly, when the lightning does strike your blade, it freezes you in place temporarily, so there was no way that I could have blocked that attack. And dude, can you just stop rushing at me for like 2 seconds? I just need to keep my sword in the air a little bit longer so I can get a lightning bolt. There we go. This should allow us to change the tempo of battle. I need one more Skyward Strike. Oh my gosh, that was perfect. Alright, Demise, I hate to say it, but it's over for you, my man. Oh my gosh, he dodged it. Well, you know what? That's only delaying the inevitable, because now we're sort of in a rhythm of things. So my friend, guess what? It's over for you. Or not. You know, it's really getting kind of annoying. Oh, that was close. Nice try, guy. But guess what? I still managed to get myself another Skyward Strike in. So now, it's finally over. Extraordinary! You stand as a paragon of your kind, human! You fight like no man or demon I've ever known, though this is not the end. My hate never perishes. It is born anew in a cycle with no end. I will rise again! Those like you, those who share the blood of the goddess and the spirit of the hero, they are eternally bound to this curse. An incarnation of my hatred shall ever follow your kind, dooming them to wander a blood-soaked sea of darkness for all time. I have confirmed the eradication of the Demon King. His residual consciousness has been absorbed into the Master Sword, and is now sealed away. You have done well, Link. Link! Thank you. I think it's over. Finally, it's all over. Nice going, you two. You guys were totally amazing in this little adventure I like to call The Legend of Groose. That's a little joke. Joke or not, your contributions to our efforts were heroic. You have my thanks. Well, you know, just glad I could make myself useful. I'm happy things turned out okay. Hey, so things look pretty sewn up here. What do you say, guys? Ready to head back to our own time? Granny was really worried about you two. We don't want to keep the old girl in suspense too long. Hylia, your grace. Or perhaps you prefer Zelda. It pleases me to know you are safe. Master, I must speak with you. Master Link, you have successfully protected the Goddess Reborn and defeated Demise, fulfilling your role as the hero of legend. My purpose here is complete. Therefore, I ask you to dissolve our arrangement as master and servant. Drive the sword into the pedestal before you, and I will return to the sword and enter a sleep without end. Master, you have achieved the purpose you were chosen to fulfill. Please, set the sword on the pedestal and bring the goddess's mission to an end. Now, Master, it is time to conclude our necessary companionship. Link! Link, hear me. My purpose was to obey the command of the goddess and lead you, the chosen hero of this land, on your quest. When I first awoke and began this task, I perceived it as merely serving my function as a servant to her grace. However, I have come to consider the information corresponding to our time together among the most precious data I have on record. I do not have the capacity to fully understand the human spirit, Link. But now, at the end of my journey with you, as I prepare to sleep within the Master Sword forever, I experience a feeling I am unable to identify. I lack sufficient data to be sure of my conclusion, but I believe this feeling correlates closest to what your people call happiness. Our partnership is at an end, and even as we speak I feel my consciousness fading away. Before I enter the sleep that calls me to the sword, I wish to relate to you words that I recorded many times over the course of our journey. Many have said them to you thus far, but I now wish to say them for myself. Thank you, Master Link. May we meet again in another life. What? Impa, why? Come with us! Zelda, your grace, You possess the memories of the goddess. You must understand why that is not possible. I am a being of this age. My place is here. I know that, but... You must return to your own time. I will take care of the gate once you have passed through. I can't do that. You and I have been through so much together. I don't want to leave you alone. Please, Impa, come back with us. Zelda, at the command of the goddess, I passed through the Gate of Time. I did so to protect you and aid the fight to prevent the world's destruction. The last remnants of Demise are decaying slowly within the sword. Someone must stay behind to watch over this blade. His spirit must not reawaken. He must never be allowed to threaten the world again. This is the nature of the task given to my tribe. As a member of the Sheikah, the goddess's chosen guardians, I gladly welcome this duty. Zelda, I shall watch over the Triforce. Its power is too great to leave in the grasps of man. Dependency on its might is an invitation to disaster. When it has served its purpose, it must be secreted away to lie dormant once again. The knowledge of its existence hidden from mortal history. These are the words the goddess spoke to me long ago. I remember them well, as do you, I'm sure. Do not despair, Zelda. You and I will surely meet again someday. See? I told you we'd meet again. Impa, thank you. Thank you for everything. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. What a game, guys. What a game indeed. You know, for all the crap that Skyward Sword gets, that ending is almost worth it. Skyward Sword has such an amazing story, and it's worth experiencing for yourself despite the game's flaws. Anyways, since we are on the credits, I want to take some time and talk with you about this particular Let's Play and give you guys my thoughts on it, because that's, you know, what I normally do during this section of a playthrough. So, in order to even, make this playthrough possible, a lot of stuff went on behind the scenes, so to speak. This was easily my most requested LP ever, but due to YouTube's own content ID system, I wasn't able to play this game for the longest time. But in February of this year, I got approached by a network called Screenwave Media, and they were the ones who gave my channel managed status. If it wasn't for them, I don't think I would have ever started this LP, so huge thank you to them, because honestly, I can say this probably wouldn't have happened unless they approached me back in, I think December of 2015, and I made the jump in February of 2016. But that was not without its own personal sacrifices. However, I knew that so many of you guys wanted to see this project, I actually took a 5% pay cut when I switched networks just to make that happen. So, this honestly was a labor of love from me to all of you guys. And many of you guys know Skyward Sword isn't my favorite Zelda game. And to be honest, when I started this project, I fully expected to hate the game by the time I was done with it. And I was basing that off the fact that my last personal playthrough experience with Skyward Sword wasn't exactly the greatest. But I'm happy to say that maybe I was a little too harsh on judging Skyward Sword. It's certainly not as bad as I remember, it's not perfect, but I think I do have a little more respect for the game. And for that, I want to say thank you to you guys, because I probably would not have played this game again if I didn't have so many people asking me to do so on a daily basis. So, thank you guys, because I thoroughly enjoyed myself as I was replaying through Skyward Sword. Some of that might have to do with how easy the game was for me to record, which is surprising because I tend to take my Zelda playthroughs a little too seriously, but I rarely had problems recording Skyward Sword. Only a few episodes had to be re-recorded, and I managed to stay mostly consistent throughout the entire playthrough. I may have missed an episode here or there, but besides that, the only big break in videos was when I got sick and had to go on a family vacation, right when I was starting to feel better. And that set me back quite a bit, because Skyward Sword probably would have finished 2 weeks ago if I didn't get sick. But you know, you can't always have things go according to plan, so it happened. There wasn't really much that I could do about that. Still, I'm surprised that we got this done in only about 4 months. Given how long the game is, how many episodes it took, 4 months is pretty short, especially for my channel. So I am very happy with how this project turned out, and I think it might be one of my better Zelda playthroughs. Of course, you know, I am a little bit biased, but I can say that I did everything I could to make this one count. I knew this one was for you guys, so I really wanted to put my heart and soul into this project, and I think it shows. I hope it shows. That's what I should say. I'm always trying to improve my content, and I think this might be one of the better things that I've ever created on this channel. We'll see how I feel in a couple years, because generally speaking, that's what happens. I'll make something, I'll think it's great, and then I'll watch it back a year or two from now and be like, holy crap, that was the worst thing I ever made. What was I thinking? But, we'll see how Skyward Sword holds up. But I think for right now, the best way I can describe what I'm feeling is satisfaction. It is kind of bittersweet though, because I know this game means a lot of things for a lot of people, and there was such a build up to this playthrough on my channel. For years, I would get at least one comment a day asking about Skyward Sword. So it is a little strange for me to just sit back and watch these credits roll by and know that I've done it, you know? I've fulfilled those requests. And what's weird is I don't think I'll ever get that many requests for a game anytime soon, at least not for a while. I've been seeing a lot of requests for the Oracle games or for A Link to the Past, but even those pale in comparison to the amount of requests I got for Skyward Sword. So I am still kind of in disbelief myself that we're done already, but at the same time, I'm happy that it's over. I know I'm ready to move on to something else, and I think you guys are too. I do want to say thank you, though, to everyone who stuck around for the entire playthrough, especially when I was sick and I couldn't upload for a while. And thanks to everyone who commented on all the videos or liked the videos. All of you guys are amazing, and I can truly say that I wouldn't be here where I am today without support from people like you. So, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. Anyways, we should be just about done with this credit sequence. Like, it is fairly long because a whole lot of very talented people worked on this game. But I have to say, I like how the credit sequence, sort of tells a story, if you will. Like, it takes you back to all the places that you've been to, you know, throughout your entire adventure. Gives you a glimpse of what's going on in those areas now that we've sort of defeated Demise and saved the surface world, if you will. It's pretty cool just to see, you know, where we've come from, how much we've been through, and where we are now. I kind of like it when games do that, just to put everything sort of in perspective and wrap it up nicely in a little tiny package. That way you can sort of digest it as you're sort of, I don't know, just feeling the satisfaction of beating a game. It's one of the things I look for the most from any credit sequence. But yeah, guys, with that, we're officially done with The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and I could not be happier with the result. Like I said, there is an after credit sequence, so you're probably going to want to stick around for that because it's coming up very shortly. Look around us. As a child, I always dreamed of a world below. I wanted to see the surface with my own eyes, and feel the land's warm breeze on my skin. I think I want to live here. I always want to feel solid ground beneath my feet, see the clouds above my head, and watch over the Triforce. What about you, Link? What will you do now? Additional funding for this playthrough was provided in part by supporters on Patreon. A special thank you goes out to these individuals.